the photographer. Flesh color Speedos on. I flew down to Miami to do something I've always wanted to do. Go to the Everglades and catch pythons. Then we're supposed to meet up with some swamp legend, a guy that built a cabin out in the middle of nowhere in the Everglades. We had a whole day to kill, so we dropped the boards in anywhere we could. If you Google South Beach, you'll see this image 1,000 times. But because we're here and it's sunset, I'm gonna try it just one more time. Maybe even just a little better. Just maybe.
1, 2, 3, 4!
On the way down to the Everglades, I call an old friend of mine. He's kind of a hero to me. We worked together many years ago, and I was really pumped he invited us over to his house. Meet Tarzan, aka Manny Puig. Manny!
Hey!
What's up, dude?
What's up, man? It's been a while.
We'll do the air. I've been a fan of Manny's for a gazillion years, through Jackass and Wild Boys and all those things. For you who don't know Manny, legend, free diver, shark expert, snake, alligator. It's insanity. Show the people your hand.
It's bitten from a rattlesnake. I got a shark bite here, alligator bite in the back, and I got bit by a pygmy rattlesnake here when I was in high school. The idea is not to get bit, though.
You don't want to get bit.
The idea is to interact and not get bit.
And remember when you taught me how to deal with alligators, large alligators, and now I don't know, you probably consider me an expert. It's scary how good I am. Remember that?
I know, but the best people get hurt.
This is true. Tell me real quick, because we're going to be in the Everglades with Gerald and looking for pythons and gators and all this. Can you give me us a rundown? What's the situation in the Everglades with the snakes, the gators? Can you kind of run through that?
Alligators super abundant in the Everglades. Top predator, of course, a lot easier to find. Pythons, yeah, they're out there, but they're hard to find. Hard to see them, hard to find.
So I just met Kevin, chance encounter in Grayton Beach, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah.
Something like that. And a buddy of mine's like, you have to meet this guy. He hunts poachers. Explain what you do in Africa.
Well, not just Africa, we work in Asia as well. I'm the founder of a non-profit called Wild Response, and we specialize in the prevention of the extinction of endangered species. So I do that through training wildlife rangers. We have to track poachers by visual, so we have to be on the ground looking for footprints or canines, or the early detection systems on the fences, or we're going off of intel on phones if we're looking for cell phones, or a lot of it is just being out on the ground and hunting people.
To understand it, when they're poaching, there's no accountability. That's 100% law breaking. My opinion is these people doing that, it's like going to the bank and robbing the bank. It's robbing the country's treasure, basically. That is their resources, and you're destroying it indiscriminately. It's a really, really bad thing. And what you're doing is, I tip my hat to you.
When this man tips his hat off to you for being a badass, it's official. You're a badass. We're finally heading down to catch some pythons. Where are we going exactly?
We're heading out into the Everglades. We're going to be looking for Burmese pythons.
I've heard you can see many species of snakes if you're doing that road thing, right? Where it's a warm road and it's a little cool out.
Tonight, it's a nice night. I suspect if we get out right around sunset, within the next half hour here, we could see rat snakes, yellow and red rat snakes.
Right there, snakes, stop.
We got a lot of garter snakes, ribbon snakes, crayfish, mud snakes, cottonmouths, rattlesnakes, coral snakes.
Let me ask you a question. What are the chances that I'm gonna get bit?
Most people, the chances are probably 1 in 5. Yours is probably gonna be a little higher than that.
5 and 5?
guys going up the hill.
Daddy wants a gator.
Ready? I'm gonna pull him back a little. Pulling him out by the tail.
Okay.
He's gonna come out, probably swinging. All right, so
cool.
just kinda...
Yep.
Not too bad, man, not too bad.
Give me an elbow, dude. High elbow. That's badass, man.
That's a Burmese, that's a Florida Burmese python. This is probably 10th generation Florida born right now. You can see its eyes are a little clouded. It's getting ready to shed. That's probably why it was hiding up in those rocks.
Two for two. Man, that got my heart going. That was kind of rad. Catching giant pythons in the Everglades. Check that one off the list. I didn't really know what to expect when they told me I was gonna meet this swamp dude in the middle of nowhere at an airboat dock. So we just loaded up and headed out.
My name is Gerald Moats, and I'm pretty well known around the world now. You put Gerald Moats in the internet and you're gonna find me. The name of the camp and my Facebook page is Old Glory Camp. But my tour business is Everglades Airboat Excursions. Got a lot of people come in here and do tours. The camp itself is rather unusual to say the least. I mean, who would think that you'd come out in the middle of the Everglades and find a building like this in the middle of a small tree head? How'd it get here? Got here by airboat. One piece at a time, one nail, one screw, one hammer, one saw. Everything, the roofing material, the lumber, everything had to come out by airboat. So probably a good 1,000 trips. So this is what I built. Took a lot of time. It's just projects, things to do. You've got to have things to do. You can't just sit on the porch. You grow old and get all lock jointed and all that, and you just die right here. Well, I'm not ready to die yet, so this is what I do. I build cabins. You know, I go frogging, I go fishing, I do tours, I do everything possible. Gotta keep going. Anybody eating the toes?
Crunchy.
Frog toes?
Crunchy.
Is it good luck?
No, it don't taste good.
Every once in a while, they give you the finger right before they go down.
Yeah.
This one was a rebel. That's the one
I get
last
a lot
one.
of it. I get a lot of them do that.
Since you're into turtles and conservation with turtles, tell them the story you told me about putting the GPS inside turtle eggs and then tracking down how you do that.
Yeah, so a big one right now is I'm dealing with turtle poaching as well. It's a big issue around the world. We haven't been able to get to the project this year because we're stuck out of Thailand. We can't get back right now with Corona, but it was on the future. We're heading back as soon as we can. But the poaching of sea turtles there is a big one, like hawksbill turtles, green sea turtles, loggerheads are affected too, especially like Thailand, Indonesia on the beaches. So the poachers there go onto the beaches at night, dig up the eggs, and they'll sell them in the local market. So it's very hard to track and trace. But as you know, with turtle eggs, you can wipe out a whole population of turtles real quick if you take all the eggs, because that's everything gone. And they don't care about that, so they'll take all the eggs. So there's companies out there now that have made eggs that look exactly the same, and GPS trackers.
Isn't that crazy?
So if you had highly skilled people, you could, in theory, get on the beaches and leave no tracks and implant them into nests and then follow where the eggs went. And then if you're working through the correct law enforcement agencies and Interpol and local and state levels, you can prosecute people, and then you have like the GPS showing you were the one that was on the beach, and I've got your footprints and my pictures, and at your shop. The big one with the poaching, it's a crime, especially when it gets into like the illegal wildlife, endangered wildlife. It's an actual crime, so it gets prosecuted by the police. So just same as a felony here.
Yeah, that's the problem with around the world. Where there's money, they're going to do it.
Yeah.
They're going to do it. And regardless of the consequences, that does not stop them. You know, until you get enough people out there to make a huge impact on them, they're not going to stop.
Yeah.
So I'm very fortunate to be out here like this. A lot of people say, well, don't you get lonely? I don't have time to get lonely. You can't keep a woman out here because she don't want to clean frogs and she likes the bright lights of the city and all that. So no, I'm never alone. Oftentimes it may be 2:30 in the morning, somebody pull in with an airboat. Usually firefighters that do that.
How does that work? They'll just drop in on you and that's okay? Like anyone's allowed to do that, or do they call you and say, hey Gerald, I'm coming?
Most of them just drop in.
Okay.
Because they know that they're welcome. You know, everybody knows that they're welcome to come in here, get out of the boat, get out of the sun, get out of the storm, just get out of your boat for a few minutes. You know, so it's a wonderful life. I've been out here over 10 years full time, and I'm not leaving. As long as I can crawl around on my own, this is it. This is it. You never get tired of seeing the same thing over and over again because it's not the same thing. Everything changes by the minute.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having us.
It's always a pleasure to have people come out and see this. And you know, like I say, we've had celebrities, we've done movies. One horror movie that most people probably wouldn't want to see.
What's it called? You know?
Lake Fear 2.
Oh, about that? Is that about alligators? Lake Fear.
No, actually it's the trailer to the first one, but Lake Fear 2, we killed 13 people and ate the last one.
Were you in that movie?
I was the instigator.
One of the ways like a lot of people get bit by snakes, and you know, CDC statistics, there's been a lot of people that die from non-venomous snake bites. And what happens is the anxiety, the stress, you're in the woods, you're hauling ass to the hospital, you're hyperventilating, people have gone into shock, and it's not even a venomous snake. If you get bit by a snake, okay, watch there, you'll see. And it's, this snake here has many rows, it's got the rows of teeth, they're sharp. You see all the blood coming out right there? Basically, when you see that and you don't feel pain, there's no hemotoxin. All the hemotoxic snakes in Florida, and all the vipers, right there, I would probably be screaming in pain immediately. If you see blood oozing out like that and no swelling and no pain, it's not a venomous snake bite. You can just relax, you got bit by a snake, but it's not venomous. Now, if you see just 2 puncture wounds and immediate swelling, obviously it is venomous. It's not the best way to do it, but you can tell right there it's a non-venomous snake bite.